What's going on, guys? Chips is here, and we are back for our gold dungeon video. I know you guys have been looking forward to this one. The Catacombs, a huge difficulty spike between the silver and the gold. Gives a lot of people trouble, including myself. I remember when I first played this dungeon, it just gave me a world of trouble because you have these guys. You have guys who just sit in the back, shoot a ton of projectiles at you, and you have a bunch of enemies that just run up to you and attack you quickly, jump on top of you, or just are invisible, then appear behind you and then attack you. We're going to go over all of that in this video, how to take them out, what their enemy behavior is like. We're going to encounter these catacomb type enemies that you see right in this freeze frame. We're going to encounter the spider type enemies and the homunculus as well. I think that's all of them. We also have two really awesome rare encounters that never before been seen by me. So yeah. So typically I like to take down the little guys first because they take one shot and they're pretty easy to get to if you have a dash attack or a dash ability, so you can just get to them quickly. So right here we encounter our first assassin. Let's rewind it here. So actually, before we get to the assassin, let's talk about the cactuses for a little bit. We could go in depth here with the cactuses. So basically, they either, if they're running at you, that means they're going to attack you. Okay, no matter what. If you have a weapon that can outrange them, you can attack them first. But since I have a very short range weapon, if I see them running at me, I'm going to let them attack and then dodge it, and then counterattack. So that's my strategy with the rogue here. Other times when you see them just walking towards you, not running, but walking towards you, and then you walk or run towards them, then that means they're going to run away quickly and then jump at you and attack you. So whenever you see them walking, you try to go aggressive on them, they'll run away, and then they'll try to jump back and re-engage on you. And then once they land, give yourself a safe distance, just run away as they're trying to jump attack you. When they land, that's when you want to counterattack them. So let me play the video. So they have a fast attack range, or fast attack and deceptively long attack range as well. We see our first assassin guy here. Tried to pause it there. These guys have a dash attack as soon as they get out of their stealth mode. After they do their dash attack, they're pretty much sitting there, and you can get a free hit. You can get a bunch of free hits on them and even kill them most of the time after their dash attack. If we're not in a position to kill them after their dash attack, like I'm not in this video or I'm not in this room because I see there's still a bunch of projectile enemies still ready to shoot at me, I decide to ignore the assassin for right now and then just take these guys down first. I end up trading a hit there with one of them. So let me actually rewind here. A lot of really good information in this one room. It's crazy. So take them out first. I trade hits there because my attack range is really small with the rogue, so you have to reposition a lot with her. I see him being jumped on, so I'm just gonna keep running away. So I see the assassin just try to run up on me and attack me. So I see he's facing me, right? So I know he's gonna try to run up and attack me again. So what I do is I run up back at him as he's running at me and attack him first. It's more of a strategy you use against him than the mummy guy, because the mummy guy, most of the time you let him attack first because he attacks really fast and he has a really long attack range. This guy is pretty fast too, but not nearly as fast as the mummy. So right here we're going to play it. I leash him. What does leashing mean? Leashing means basically I walk a direction, I let him follow me, and then when I'm in a comfortable position, I turn around and start attacking him. So we're going to rewind it. We're going to play here, watch me leash him, and then attack him. He runs up on me, I leash him, attack him, leash him again, attack him again. I let him do his jump. When he lands, I attack him again. He runs away, then I let him jump at me, and then I attack him when he lands again. So right in this really early room, we have just a bunch of the enemy AI already figured out. We still have a lot more to get to, though. We won't be going over the entire video. We're going to be scrubbing along through a lot of parts, because a lot of them is just the same things over and over again. So right here we have our first encounter of a gargoyle enemy. They have two attacks, actually. Their most common attack is just to charge and then send out like 2, 3, 4 fireball attacks. You want to attack them afterwards. But their second attack is very tricky because it's an attack that they don't use very often. I don't think they even use it in this clip. It's a jump attack, so when he'll start flashing before he does it. So when you see him flashing, just run away. Even if it's a fireball, just generally you want to keep your distance if you can't tell the difference. Because when he jumps and he lands, he actually creates a small explosion. So be on the lookout for that. So right when I enter this floor here, I notice something very, very strange. Actually, this room, because we're still on the first floor, there's a maze here, and I'm like, oh, what is this? I've never seen this before. And it's actually a reference to Mage Gauntlet, which is the predecessor of this game. Mage Gauntlet takes place before this game occurs. They're in the same universe, but I wouldn't call Wayward Souls like a direct sequel, because it's like different characters, but in the same world. A lot of pretty much the same enemies in both games. If you like Wayward Souls, I absolutely 100% recommend Mage Gauntlet. It's such a funny. It's story focused, but it's also like really funny, great dialogue, a lot of great boss fights. Right here I see a skull chest, which, like I said in my previous videos, I don't really see very often. I get the Golem King helmet. Golem King is one of the bosses you fight in Mage Gauntlet, so this is a reference to that. I won't show all this. I just want to show you one more thing in this maze. I just kind of look around for gold here and there. There's nothing really much to see here. Just killing some enemies. Scrub, scrub, scrub. So when I go back up here, back to the chest room. So as you can see at the top, this is like the remnant of the boss from the previous game. He's already dead because we beat him. Just a nice nod, a nice little tidbit to Mage Gauntlet. So that really made me happy to see that. Cool encounter there. But let's get back to the video. So we enter in another room. I notice there's a cactus here. There's not very many enemies in this room. So whenever I walk into a room and I don't see much in it, I automatically assume that there's going to be assassins there, right? You should automatically assume there's going to be assassins in any of these rooms, to be honest. But a room like this just makes it very obvious to me. I see 2 projectile dudes, and then I see a mummy guy here, a cactus dude. I'm going to try to go for the... My thought is I try to go for the little guys first, take them out quickly. Do that. I catch the cactus after he jumps. I misspaced my attack right there. I kind of went in for the attack too early, and he hit me with his jump attack. There actually wasn't an assassin in that room, so that's very... I didn't expect that. I expected an assassin, but almost every time you see an empty room like that, there will be an assassin. I'm just checking back to see like the maze and just the layout of the floor right here. I'm just gonna scrub along here. I'm gonna move to the next floor. So right here is our first encounter with one of the toughest enemies in the entire game. Right from the from the gold dungeon all the way till arena. This guy right here, he's called a Temerator. He's a guy that attacks very, very quickly, and he can also revive enemies too, one at a time. He can't revive. Actually, the later Temerators can revive rooms in a wide area. So I see a mummy guy here, a cactus. I let him do his jumping attack. One of the strategies against the Temerator is you want to bait out his attack first. So you can he only attacks north, south, east, or west. He never attacks diagonally. So what that means for you is you can attack him diagonally since he can't attack you diagonally. Unfortunately, if you are running rogue here, it's very hard to attack diagonally because you have to get super close. And when you get super close and he attacks, you'll probably end up getting hit anyways. But with someone with more range, like Hassan or even the warrior, makes it easier. Very easy to abuse the diagonal attack pattern on this guy. Like I said, he attacks very quickly. So one strategy is to kill an enemy. Since this is a small room, not very many enemies here, just only one other enemy. I killed him first so that he would go into his revive animation. Let me just rewind a little bit. I think I fast forwarded instead of rewind. It's right there. So I kill him. So he does his revive animation right there. That's my key to just go up to him and attack him a bunch of times. Make sure anytime you're attacking him, you do like, depending on how fast you attack, you can do like one or two hits, and then you have to back away. Otherwise, he's going to attack you immediately. You can't just stun lock him until death. It doesn't work that way. This guy will attack you back, and he attacks very, very quickly. So just assume he's going to counterattack after the second hit, or after like a certain amount of time. So right there, I do 2 backstabs, I dodge his attack. Do more backstabs, dodge his attack. I reposition, and I deal with the assassin all while that's going on there. Yeah, so before... anytime you see this room, by the way, with this person right here, the king, you know the exit's right above them. The king likes to revive these enemies, but you never have to fight them. You can just walk straight to the exit. In this situation, I'm just going to run past them. I'm just going to explore the rest of the dungeon here. Like I said, I'm not, or if I haven't already said it, I'm not going to take any upgrades on this run. I'm just looking for the... I was just looking for the health fountain there. That's why I went back. So right here is actually our first encounter with the homunculus enemies. Homunculus basically means like these reanimated human corpses or human parts used to create, a new being. So we have a blob here, and we have like this mage dude. Both very easy to take down once you know their AI. So right after he teleports, the blob, he will do this red circle attack, right? He does the red circle attack here. There's actually a third enemy here that I didn't see. It's a mini assassin. We'll just call them mini assassins. They're stealthy, they can jump at you, and they can dodge. So anytime they do any of those things, you want to attack them after their animation ends. So right here, after he jumps at me, I go to attack him a couple times. Then he dashes behind me because I attacked too many times, and he gets a quick attack on me. These guys are very, very tricky. Even in Mage Gauntlet, they were one of the tougher enemies in the game as well. They also come in swarms, which we'll see later in the run. But yeah, the key to killing them is don't overcommit your attack on them because they move around a lot. They just they do a lot of different actions. So let them take an action first, then you hit them once, maybe twice. Let them do their action, dodge it, whatever. Then counterattack them again. That's how you take them out. So right here again, the blob just teleported. If he teleports and you hit him before he places the red circle, after you hit him, he will place the red circle immediately. So if he teleports and you attack him, you have to run out of the way immediately. So right here, the red circle appears immediately, so I only attack him once to get out of the way. Red circle appears immediately after I attack him once, so I get out of the way. Right there, I just kill him quickly because this guy's annoying me. The mage guy's very easy to kill too. He has one attack. Oops. Let me rewind a little bit more. He does the explosion attack. After he does his explosion, right there he does it. Let him do his explosion. Oh, that's weird. It kind of cut out on my... Let me just let the video play. After he does his explosion, you want to go in for the counterattack. Give him the space because it takes up a pretty wide area. We make it to the next floor. Again, I see these little guys. Take them out first. Go for the cactus. Do some follow-up attacks. Since I'm such short range, I have to attack him once, and then I move up closer to him, and then I attack him again. Then right after I kill the cactus guy, the assassin comes in. I dodge out of the way, attack him. He has a lot of ending lag after his dash attack. So right here is a good example. Just me clearing a room, a typical catacomb room, with all the different enemy types. I dodge out of the way, take an attack here and there. I'm very careful with how I'm moving. This is what it looks like when you put all of your knowledge together. Notice how I'm attacking between the projectile attacks. Anytime I see... Let's rewind and dissect a little bit more. Alright, so... Enter the room. I already know this guy's already charging up his attack, which means that if I go for an attack on the mummy guy, I'm going to get hit by his projectile attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dodge. So I dodge out of the way. I notice the cactus is doing his jumping attack. I take this opportunity to attack the little guy. Little guy dies in one hit. I see the assassin doing his dash attack. I dodge out of the way quickly. I do a counterattack. I was going to follow up with multiple counterattacks, but then another assassin jumps in. So then I dash out of the way immediately. He does his fireball, I attack. Does his fireball, I dodge. Attack, dodge out of the way of the fireball, and attack again. And that's what it looks like when you put it all together. So I see this poison here. Poison, if you are playing rogue, quick tip, take the poison, save it for the boss fight. It's going to do a lot of damage, because every time you hit the boss, it just adds more and more poison damage. We're going to skip past this. I don't want the video to be too long. It's already getting to be long here. Alright, this is our first encounter for the spider rooms, the spider type enemies. So the key to beating the spider guys, there are different spider types, but all of them have the same attack patterns. The bigger ones, they also shoot this like cloud at you, which we'll get to a little bit later. I don't think it happens in this room. Then you have these gray guys right here that when you get close to them, they explode spiders. If you attack them as they explode their spiders, you'll kill all the spiders inside his body immediately. It's hard to do that with Rogue because she has such short attack range that whenever I get close to him and he lets out all his spiders, I'm just not able to get there fast enough. So the general attack pattern of these guys is they love to run up to you. The smaller ones run up to you quickly, and then they jump at you and attack. After they land, you want to attack them. You never want to attack them before or during their jumping animation. Even if you think you can get a quick attack off, just don't, because their jump attacks are very quick. You'll see me in this clip take a lot of damage from it. So you want to wait for them. The big guys caught me off guard right there. See, I tried to attack that spider as he was trying to do his jumping animation, and it didn't work out for me. So right here, I demonstrate after I take damage here. So right here, I'm going to leash them to the right and get my charge attack ready. So then after they do their jump attack, I guess they didn't do their jump attack there, but I turn around quickly and unleash my charge attack, so I attack all these enemies all at once. And the little spiders only take one hit to kill. So I gather them all up by leashing them to the right. They all line up for me. I do my charge attack into them and kill a bunch of them. Then I follow up and do one attack and kill a bunch of them again. I get hit by his jumping attack, like I said. Wait for him to do that. Okay, so he did let out a cloud here. They don't do the cloud attack too much. they mostly focus on their jumping attack. So what the cloud does is it basically slows you down, and then if there's enemies here, it kind of obscures their vision too. And it pairs really well, this cloud, with these with the baby spiders, because the baby spiders just run up to you and swarm you, and while you're in the cloud, your movement is much slower. So you want to get out of the cloud as soon as possible, so you don't want to get swarmed here. So yeah, that's a quick tip for that. Right here, I'm just waiting for the big spider to do his jumping attack before I counterattack here. And then you have these spider cultists, which do two different fireball attacks. They do the quick blue fireball attack, and then they do the green explosion one. You can attack him in between. He's really easy to deal with. Just wait for him to do his attack, dodge it, and then counterattack. So right here, just another spider room example. I decide to take out the cultists first. I move up, charge attack into a lot of them, take them out quickly, then do some follow-up attacks, take them out as well. We're just going to scrub along here a little bit. This is actually where I encounter the second rare encounter. So both of them are encounters that I've never seen before, so got me really excited. Just imagine how I would feel playing this game 230 hours later, and I'm still encountering new things. It's actually incredible. So I encounter a lot of these little guys here, the mini assassins. They're very tricky to deal with for a short melee range character like myself. So I tried to do my dodge, or not my dodge attack, my dash attack, my charge attack into them to try to hit a bunch of them. Yeah, I take them out. I noticed I stepped on that panel, it clicked. That means, in video game language, just gotta step on all the panels here. Let's talk about this enemy type. These Homunculus Mages, they have this blue projectile attack, like a single blue fireball. They also parry your melee attack. Right there, you hear the sword cling, they parried it again. So the way to take these guys down is either wait for them to do their fireball attack and then attack them afterwards. If they parry your melee attack, you can follow up with another melee attack or a series of melee attacks to kill them that way. Or the third way would be to use your charge attack, because they can't parry that with their sword. So their charge attack will always hit them. So those are the three ways to take these guys down. They do have an advanced version of them. I don't think we encounter that in this early in the game. We're only at the gold dungeon. Where their blue fireballs, once it lands, it explodes into more fireballs. Definitely a very annoying enemy to deal with later on. But yeah, this is just your introduction to them. We're gonna try not to spend too much time here. Kind of fighting the same enemy type here. These are just the explosion guys. Take them out quickly. I see a room of these homunculus zombies. I have to be careful here because they attack quickly if you get close to them, and since I have such short attack range, they can counterattack me pretty quickly. So right here, I click on all the panels on all the rooms, and then the door opens, and then I see this giant heart beating in the room. This is kind of like the mother brain that keeps all the other homunculus alive, at least story-wise. This is actually another thing that appeared in Mage Gauntlet, not as a boss, but as like a secret room. Right here, I just decide that since the heart is just spawning so many of these zombies, I use my global stun, one of my abilities, one of my items, and I just backstab him to death very quickly, take him out here. So I want to kind of drag this, not drag this fight out, but just show you how you can go about this fight and not take damage. So I see a lot of projectile, this is a difficult situation, a lot of people shooting shit at me. I'm just kind of circling, waiting for a time to strike with my charge attack held. Once I see that opportunity to strike, I use my charge attack and I take those guys down. Slowly but surely, guys. You gotta have a lot of patience in this game. Just wait for the right opportunity to strike, and that's how you take down a lot of enemies, a lot of bosses too in this game, as we'll see later. Another new skull chest I haven't seen before. Got a new hat. Really happy to see that. Another awesome encounter. We're gonna scrub on up ahead. So the boss, he is pretty difficult, especially when you face him early. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's a very projectile-heavy boss, so having something like an hourglass helps. I have 2 here, but we're not going to use them until later. I just want to demonstrate his attack patterns first. He does so right here. Let's just talk about this pattern first. So he does this multi-fireball attack where, as he's firing more and more fireballs, they become bigger, faster. They become bigger and move faster at you. So, anytime you see him do this attack pattern, make sure you're not too close to him. Otherwise, you will get hit by these fireballs. You want to give yourself an opportunity or enough distance to dodge these fireballs. Look how much faster they get. Let me rewind it here. It's right there. They got really quick. So he's gonna do the attack again. Again, the fireballs move very quickly. So he does spawn in enemies. Just rewind here. He does spawn in enemies, but these enemies, most of the time they only take 1 hit to kill from his own projectile attacks, and they always die in 1 hit to your attacks. So they're basically not a threat. They're like a worse version of the typical assassin. They don't go invisible. Their attacks are much slower. They don't have a dash attack, and they die in 1 hit. So they're very easy to deal with. Most of the time, the boss is going to kill them himself. So don't get too flustered when you see this guy. Even when you see a bunch of them in a room, they'll die very quickly. What you want to focus on is just the boss and just dodging him and his projectile attacks. So anytime he teleports, he explodes before he teleports. And then he warps to a new location. He does have a multi-fireball attack here. You can dodge around him. So right here, I'm just kind of waiting. So he does that attack. I was still a medium distance away, but I still got hit by that attack. So make sure you're kind of medium far from him anytime he's doing that fireball attack. I got too close to him right there. I didn't expect him to teleport so quickly. Make sure you don't get too greedy with your counterattacks. When he does this attack right here, the slow fireballs, just wait it out, stay in the back, and just let them fly past you. He's doing it again. I just kind of wait in the back a little bit, take down that guy. Take down the minion again. I see him charging, so that's why I back off after only 1 hit. He does the slow fireballs. He's done. So notice how, here's another quick tip. See how he's charging up a red fireball here? That means it's going to be this attack right here, this multi-fireball attack. Depending on what color he's charging, you can tell what different attack he does. If he's doing a pink charge, he's going to fire off an attack that uses the pink fireballs. I know these fireballs are pink, but they don't fire in this pattern. So he's doing that attack twice. I make sure I keep my distance. Let him teleport. Get in a couple of stabs here and there. Back off. Make sure you don't get too greedy, like I said. So right here, I'm just going to demonstrate real quick that the hourglass just absolutely cripples this boss, because this is such a projectile-heavy boss, and the hourglass is an item that cancels out all projectile attacks. It also slows enemies down, including the boss. So I was just demonstrating that there. He's just teleporting around, getting an attack. kind of you can actually dodge through those fireballs too. Dodge out of the way. Right here, I'm getting ready to just burst him down. Like I said earlier in the video, the poison I have in my inventory is really good for boss fights. Even without it, if you have backstab, you can just take him out very, very quickly, as you're about to see here. I don't bother using the hourglass because I know I'm not going to die here. So I just keep hitting him, I burst the boss down, and that is it. If you don't have a toxic potion type attack, or type of item, if you have the fire potion, the one that shoots fireballs, I believe it's the one Warrior has. I know a couple other characters have it too. Warrior is one of them. If you save that item for the boss, it also does a tremendous amount of damage very quickly. Even if you do take a little bit of damage, it's worth using anyways. So go into the boss fight prepared. Have at least, you know, one item that you're going to save to help you along with the boss fight, whether it's the hourglass or the fire potion, or any other item that you see would help. Save it if you can, and yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope we went over a lot of enemy types, we went over a lot of enemy behavior. Hopefully that will help you along in your dungeon runs for this gold dungeon. I know it's a tough one, but just keep trying. You know, watch the video. Well, obviously you made it this far, you've watched the video, but keep practicing. You'll get the patterns down pretty quickly. Hopefully this video helped you in that process. The next dungeon we're going to be going over is the Labyrinth, which is like an hour-long dungeon. Hopefully the video won't be that long. We'll be scrubbing past a lot of it too. Maybe we'll have another rare encounter, who knows? I don't know which character I'm going to do that dungeon with yet, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.